information.
Politics, we don't get no kicks. Trinidad and Tobago, till we have this thing out the fix. We coming with facts, cut them down like axe. Every kid and race finally got places love to the max. And when we tell them, Manel, Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics, yo. Douglas politics, listen, Douglas politics, yeah. Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics, yeah. Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics.
And it is zero race talk, zero idiotic talk. I deal with facts and information.
Douglas politics, we don't get no kicks. Trinidad and Tobago, till we have this thing out the fix. We coming with facts, cut them down like axe.
So let me say a very special good afternoon to you, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics, yo. Douglas politics, listen, Douglas politics, yeah. Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics, yeah. Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics.
And it is zero.
So Trinidad and Tobago, thank you so much for being with us once again. Yours truly, Isha Wells, alongside my colleague Anil Roberts in the building. Douglas, man, Douglas, how you looking? So they could barely see through you today, man, Douglas.
Well, I see maybe somebody sent a background there that the yellow car show, but I wear my yellow. All you see me. If I look like a ghost and you just see me big bald head, that is all right. My big shiny clean soap up with Protex. And if you want to use Protex soap, it takes away all the germs and bacteria. And to all my children who are playing outside in the rain, have fun. That's what kids are supposed to do. Play in the rain, have fun. And any elder people who are bothered by that, cool all yourself and leave the children. They have been locked up for COVID-19. Let children be children. Let them play and run and exercise. Get their muscles working. Good afternoon. We starting. Let me tell you something. I have about 15 songs. It just has song after song after song. Kamla, UNC, Yellow. I went down library. Well, oh good. Andrew Gabriel, you better fling some money down in library, boy. You better send some investment. The pressure in library. Library might shock all you. You go cry. You're looking at marginal, but you ain't no some all your safe seat gone. Library. Oh my goodness. Andrew Gabriel, take the Douglas advice.
Okay, so did
go
I
down with some money.
Here? Did something happen in library that I need to know about?
Yes, when I went down to library yesterday, and I did an episode of Douglas Politics on the Facebook.
Last night, but
it
I
was
didn't realize
from library. Your boy drive at bunks. Me start and I take my diesel. Oh Lord, the poor van. I had to pat it and say, poor baby. If you see bad road, my goodness. When you vote for PNM on automatic, there's really abuse here, you know. Yes. What you
give me a phone, I'm share the live.
Oh, I didn't even know about them things.
Every time we do a show, I had to keep you up to date with technology.
Because you're so sweet and loving and caring and nurturing, and that's why I like to do the show with you. You're so beautiful, brilliant, and helpful. Let me move this para a la izquierda. Todavía. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? That's what I like what Iwer, boy.
You're probably the only person here could communicate with Papi,
yeah? Papi chulo, todo bien. Yeah, so your boy went down library. Oh, my goodness. But I take the long way around because I wanted to check out there. I stopped investing in there for a while. I buy some mango. If you see different type of mango, they just have down in the library. We up here in the north, we really starving for nice thing, you know. We just get a little Julie and maybe a starch.
So you're saying things nice in library?
Oh, well, things of the natural order. The people and the culture and the fruit and the vegetable and the beach. Isha. I say I should have walk with my yellow baggies and go for a swim, girl. You have a yellow bikini?
No, I don't.
Or you have a blue? You have balance?
I find yellow just be clashing with my skin
with this,
tone.
no, the yellow doesn't bring out the beauty of your musky caramel flavored color. You understand? But anyway, I went down library. Victor Roberts, Uncle Victor Roberts. Oh my goodness, the support. And that's what I love about Trinidad and Tobago. So all of y'all who are playing off the old race political hymn book, the young people not on that. Them know is one race. Trinidad and Tobago, the human race. It had no skin color, hair color, nothing. And let me tell you something. When I played this tune yesterday in Labre, I am going to debut the world launch on 91.9. Where else? Where better to launch a song than on the radio station owned by the reigning road match champion? The how many time I won 4-time road match champion, reigning champion, Neil Iwer George, 35 years singing soca. Well, let me tell you something. I have a tune from Rishi Gaidin, done just from his heart, from his soul, from his passion with the boys. You know, the queen is coming. Andrew Gabriel, the money can't stop the queen. No amount of money. Go Labre, go Point 14. They need money. Them need the money like Maxen House, boy. You gotta get a TV, a Curtis Mattis TV from Maxen House. Play the tune, Isha. The queen coming back. Rowdy. By tiles.
Make way, yes. The queen is coming, coming, coming. 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 The queen is coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is reverting to her throne. Hey babe, hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hey babe, hooray. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is reverting to her throne. Make way for Queen Lisa. Make way for UNC. We political leader guiding us to victory. Only snake in the body say every day.
All right.
Bring me in, bring me in. What going on?
I don't know. Let me start to restart it. Go ahead, go ahead.
Andrew Gabriel, stop it. What you have? You have a clicker? You want to stop the song? We go play it again and again and again. The queen is coming. Or you can't stop it. The yellow flowing from Point 14 straight up to Sangre Grande into Matlot. Yellow.
Coming, coming, coming. The queen is 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 coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is reverting to her throne. Hey babe, hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hey babe, hooray. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is coming back for she throne. The queen is coming. The queen is reverting to her throne. Make way for Queen Lisa. Make way for UNC. We political leader guiding us to victory. Only snake in the body say every day is above all. Vote rising on election day and extend from the
said that this one.
Aye, Rishi Gayadeen, boy. Tune, boy. Music, boy. Sweet too bad. What the Ramajeta that down in Labry. But let me tell you something going down in Labry. Oh, Lord, PNM. Oh, Lord, Rowley. I mean, why do people who used to vote for you, like I say used to, because that done, but who's vote for you such numbers? Why you do them that? The roads, if I went down there with my Jaguar, I still down there. That stick and bust all my tire. It's good thing I had a pick up to go down there with some big fat tire. If you see beaches, I say, boy, I forget Labray had all this nice thing. Used to have a lady down on Vecini Beach used to be teaching the children down there to sail and so on, to be like the next Andrew Lewis Olympic sailors. I remember when I was minister, the sport company buy about 10, 12 boats for them and so on, sails, and coach George Bovell and them went down and give the children a little clinic and a motivational talk. You know that shut down? You know the MIC center that David Lee built up there in 2012, 2013? You know that shut down? You know the NESC center that Fazal Karim and David Lee built. You know that shut down. You know what these centers are for? To train young boys, young girls who aren't so academically inclined but very skillful with their hands and so on, to get big money work, to go and weld in them oil thing and them. That big salary, oil money is big money. And them things shut down. The grounds down there, I remember I fixed 3 grounds now. I must say to the former MP of Labray, I hope he get better teacher, Fitzgerald Jeffrey. He's gravely ill, right?
Really?
Yeah, I think lung transplant, I think he needs. So I hope he's better. But one thing about him, poor fella, they never take him on. Well, he was really more in opposition. So, you know, he used to come and he loved his constituency. And every time in the parliament, he used to come and say, Minister of Sport, you are not taking me on. I have a list of grounds here. Now, Labray have about 16 grounds, right? So I was able to do 5 for him, right? But he never really was happy, which is all right. MP shouldn't be happy until he get all, right? But the 5 grounds I do, if you see it now, Isha, my goodness, the thing like they maintain it, they repair it, they do nothing. They have a swimming pool within 50 kilometers. All you build a 50-meter pool down there. Don't go and build them thing like you build for Lavanti and Maloney, please. Oh, Lord. All you build good thing for people. Why PNM just do your people that? All you have vote, right? Imagine that. Normally, Isha, PNM call election, Lavanti is over 11,000 votes. 10,489. Guarantee. And that is where you do your people. Labray, 8,600 vote. Victory. I think the only time Labray went anywhere else was NAR 1986. But you cannot do people that, man, PNM. All you really don't care about people.
What's the mood of the people in Labray?
Well, I won't give you an overall because I just went for 5 hours or 6 hours. But what I saw, because I went driving around, because I reached down early, I reached down about 3 hours before the show and so on. And I took the scenic route. I went through Sobo Village. I buy some mango. I ain't gonna lie. I a mango kind of young.
Starch or Julie?
I buy $100 in mango starch, Julie,
That's
some
what
other.
buy.
Not only that, some other name at a shame.
Cutlass mango, the long sword.
Cutlass mango, you know. Yeah,
mango?
I buy that. I call 2 other type. It had 2 other type. I buy 5 different type plus some pomerac. You understand? Sit down and lime and talk to the people and thing. Then I drive down the main road, went down to Point Door there. And, well, first I went by the police station. Oh, Lord. Already the whole of Labray have 1 police car. Come now, man. What? Yeah, one police car. A shame. PNM. Andrew Gabriel go and fling some money down there, but go and invest. The people go still vote for you. All you take the money, take anything they offering and vote yellow. Then I see, I pass a man in a red jersey, so you know me, beep beep. Me and mine is a PNM. You go window down and waving. When I look so, is the PNM candidate walking by himself?
Nah, man, the man must have a contingent with him. He's a bacchanalist.
Send me, whoever had the picture, somebody was right there, stop, and they tell me, I say, but I know the candidate. They say, yes, look, I'm going to take a picture. And they snap the poor fellow walking by, he said, McClashy or something in name. They know the man, poor fella. Look, they sending me the picture. Look, the picture must become. Poor fella. Next thing you know, Victor Roberts coming down the road. Well, it's only social spacing and distancing. The thing had to go a whole, like the line had to go about 500 meters in order to keep 6 feet distance and so on. Mass, heavy mass, about 80 people coming up the road. You all could check it. Go on Facebook. Go and check the Douglas profile to see the Douglas ain't joking. You understand?
I go and check.
Yes, you have to check, and you must check. You can't just take the Douglas word for it. You understand? So, let me tell you something. Labry, thank you, Labry. I just feeling it. You know, sometimes you just feel the vibe. I had to go down there about 5 more times. I go in there and walk. I go in and talk to the youths and them. You understand? But let me tell you something. The people kind of fed up. I ain't want to say nothing too early, but I like what I'm feeling and I like what I'm seeing. But it is really true because
so somebody sent me the videos of the UNC in Library yesterday, and there was a lot of flags and people out in yellow.
Yes.
People saying the crowd was busting on there. I don't know if you want to comment on that.
It was what, busting?
Yeah, well, you pull up a bus and...
Well, the only person who pulled up...
I'm just saying why here. I didn't say it. I wasn't there.
The only person who came in on bus was me. So you could -1, but I was in pink.
So you're saying those were original Library people?
When I tell you original of 50 years, come down and grandfather and grandmother and busting, there are no bus now. It had nobody there. Bus. It didn't even have a maxi.
They said the big bus and them was parked up by the court.
The big bus
by the court and the
by the court. But that's where I went by the police station. No, I parked next to the one police vehicle and look, I go show you. I deleted, but it in my cloud, you teach me about thing in the cloud.
Yes, I have to teach you this thing. Listen,
but
he doesn't know anything about social media and has a large social media following. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, but thing in the cloud, let me find it for your photos.
You know, it's going to take 2 hours to do that.
No,
It's going to take you 2 hours to do that.
All right. Well, here what we going to do.
Send it to me after.
We'll take a little break.
So you're really going to look for it in truth?
Yes, I want to show you. I don't like, this is balance, And you can't just come here and talk thing without backing it up with evidence.
I just say what people say.
I know, but I have to show you the truth. You want me to show you the truth?
They said it had 2 big bus parked up at court. And people come off the bus.
And that is exactly, remember just before you say that, that's exactly where I was. I was right there.
By the same court?
Yes, because the court right next to the police station. They have a police station. They have like a broke down police station and an old court. And then you look out and you see the beach. And the beach, nice. Not developed at all.
So you're talking about the Carrot Shed Beach, then the water that's down in by the play park going down in the hole there.
All right, well,
it's Carrot Shed you're talking about.
Yes, I think so.
The water does always be calm.
Calm. The waves like about an inch. You understand?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about well.
Yes, the thing's sweet. So they had no bus.
Well, all right.
It had no maxi. All of them people down there, they didn't want me to go, but I'd forget to put diesel. They have a nice gas station.
There's a new gas station.
A new gas station.
But I think the problem with Library roads will always be the pitch lake. I think it moves.
Yeah. No, I ain't talking about that part. That is acceptable. That's difficult. I ain't talking about that. No, that like a wave. That I ain't talking about that road. I talking about coming to Grants Trace, what's the other name? Boodoo Singh Trace, in Trafford, I forget the name where I turn left on. Oh Lord, I'm talking about normal place on solid ground through the hills and valleys, not the Pitch Lake area.
So how far you walk all about the cemetery and thing?
All through the cemetery, the nice big pretty cemetery, boy.
And I
feel when I'm dead, I want to get buried there.
Look, we have a minute or so before the break, Douglas. Where are we going when we come back after the break?
Well, first of all, I have to deal with a racist. And let me tell all you something. If you is an Indian and you see Anil or you're wrong Anil, or you see Anil Facebook and you have any proclivity towards being insane, racist, ranting, disgusting towards Afro-Trinbagonians, give Anil a flipping rest. Do you understand? Because Anil is not on no race at all. Race is the least of the Mohicans. I care not about what a human being looks like, what religion they are, what ethnicity, where they come from, or who their mother is. I care about if they tell me good morning, if they are nice, if they take care of their children, if they act with class, if you could have a discussion with them, if they are kind-hearted and helpful. Good day. So don't, you see, when you come with race thing, I'm going and blow out our races here today.
20 seconds before the
and
break.
If you're African, same thing applies. Give Anila a rest. Because Kamala Prasad Bisesa don't understand. Can even spell race. That woman love all children, all poor
10
people,
seconds.
all babies, all people, all religions. So if you are a racist, stay far from the yellow.
Talk your
stay
talk, but we
far
will
from
talk.
Kamala
Talk with
Namit.
us. The Street 919 FM. Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
This is the voice of the PNM. July 15th and July 16th. Tune into all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for our campaign broadcast from 8 p.m.
PNM
is the choice. Feature address by Dr. Keith Rowley as he sets out the national plan for recovery, stability, and opportunity, and a powerful lineup of speakers.
It's the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police. Hey.
On July 15th and July 16th, tune in, click, like, share. And on Friday, July 17th, tune in for our campaign launch, the PNM's big national rally at home. And on August 10th, vote PNM.
Voting PNM.
Great is the PNM.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission wishes to inform all qualified persons who are not registered or are in doubt about their registration status that electoral registration for the upcoming 2020 parliamentary elections has begun. This is the last day to get your name on the revised list of electors. The final day for electoral registration is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. Check your registration status on the EBC's website at www.ebctt.com or visit your registration area office to ensure your correct name and address are on the preliminary list of electors. To vote is your right, but you must be registered. For further information, please call the EBC's hotline at 627-1516 or 627-0745. A message from the Elections and Boundaries Commission, your partners in democracy.
When the stakes are this high, you need a team that's this good.
I've asked Team UNC to ensure that they listen to the people and do everything they can to help and improve their lives.
The United National Congress will deliver the best master plan and a progressive agenda to get TNT working again.
We will encourage strategic investments in niche non-energy sectors where we have strong competitive advantages.
Join the one and only UNC virtual platform Thursday on this station and live on all social media. The United National Congress. Why wait? Now is the time.
You have been so good these past couple months, you deserve a little reward. Join Value Optical and Trin Optics as we celebrate Christmas in July. Enjoy our gift to you of 50% off your second pair of spectacles. With Apex digital lenses, Supernova anti-reflective coating, and Transitions lenses to choose from, you have got the best in lens technology. Some conditions apply. See online for more details. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Rest, relax, rejuvenate, and revitalization healing treatment for both males and females suffering from all aches and pains. A special offer for the month of July for $200. Choose from any one of these treatments: neck and shoulder massage, poor circulation, and arthritic treatment. Contact 336-4935 or 492-7397 for more information.
Happy Hour is back at Jenny's on the Boulevard. This time, we're not offering 10%, but 30% off drinks. Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Get 30% off beers, Carib, Stag, Caribbean, Guinness, and Heineken. 30% off rum, White Oak, Black Label, Absolute Vodka, and Blue Vodka. 30% off cocktails, margaritas, mojitos, Jenny's Long Island Iced Tea, and daiquiris. Also enjoy 10% discount every Friday and Saturday on sushi. And guess what? Our COVID specials remain. Ask for specials on takeout. Specials include 12% off all government ministry orders, 20% off desserts. Choose from our famous Chinese-style express buffet, the American menu, burgers, ribs, and more. Italian menu, pasta, and more. Feel like dining? Our in-house dining is back. Visit Jenny's on the Boulevard today. And do not forget to ask for specials. Opening daily between the hours of 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call us today at 625-1807, 395-3757, or 488-8800. Jenny's on the Boulevard for all your Chinese, American, and Italian needs.
The Trinidad and Tobago General Elections 2020 is here on the street 919 FM.
I have advised Her Excellency the President to dissolve this Parliament at midnight tonight. Nomination day, Madam Speaker, would be Friday, 17th of July, and polling day would be August 10th, 2020.
And the street 919 FM is proud to defend the nation yet again for another general election.
Tune in daily to hear your candidates and supporters live on the only station that gives you a platform for expression.
This is the General Elections 2020 on the street 919 FM.
Real talk from real people
on real issues that affect you.
No one talks politics like us. From the Parliament to the Promenade, this is the 2020 General Election in Trinidad and Tobago. Right here on Street 919 FM, the home of the 2020 General Election.
I wish all my colleagues in this house a safe, happy, enjoyable, productive campaign.
It's so long we're home. I have run out of clothes. I'm waiting for the Fab and J Expo to open.
Well, they're actually open already.
Finally. I was waiting for them since March.
And yes, I agree. I've been craving for the Indian food from Tandoori King.
I'll have dinner at Dosa's Diner, and I'll have dessert at Nanu's Coffee.
Listen, we could now dine in their food court area.
All you think about is food, huh? But I can shop there. I have to buy some shalwar and matching jewelry and shoes. You know.
They also just added 5 more vendors with all new goods.
When are they starting?
What?
Fab India Expo, of course.
The Fab India Expo is open opposite the Medford gas station in Shogunas. Check us out today.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won, and we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won, and we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote is only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TNT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the Bali's, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement. We know the street because we talk to the street.
Come talk with us on the street 919 FM.
With Captain Rowley, we headed and rescue we.
That tune after tune after tune.
Somebody now send me one here with the pit bull. There's a couple of them sing, boy.
But plenty. We can hello. The Douglas to talk a little bit. I know I had tune after tune. It's talk show 91.9. Let me tell a man called Vijay Rampasad. Whoever you are, sir. Let me let you know that you are the most disgusting human being that I have seen in a long time. Your post that was made public, I don't know where you post on Facebook or whatever, that was full of racist epithets and so on. I then searched for you and I saw that you was following the Douglas, one of the 9,678 people following Douglas politics. You are blocked, you are removed, you are
reported. On stage to prove if he was a correct profile sometimes.
I don't know how to do that. So if it's not a correct, whoever it is,
there are lots of people putting up fake pictures.
Well, me know. Okay, well, you will say that part, right? The picture.
What's the name of it? Let me see if I can.
Vijay Rampasad. With a picture, if it is fake, well, whoever doing that, the fake person, you are a disgusting, ridiculous human being, and that sort of language is not to be tolerated in Trinidad and Tobago at any time.
This?
Yes.
Douglas, this is not even a real profile.
Well, whoever did that, but still it gave me vexing up. Me, I know about what real and what not real, but the word's real. So it means that somebody sat down and typed those words. You understand what I'm saying, Isha? So I don't know who that is or who would do that or who would create that, but we don't need that. And whether it is Indian or African and Indian, I'm not on that. So whether it's fake or it's not, whoever was behind it is a sick individual. And we're not tolerating that. Election is not about no race. Trinidad and Tobago is a human race. Trinidad and Tobago is all of we same passport, red, white, and black. Election is about jobs. Election is about, as you said, and I will deal with that now. Let me skip ahead to go. You asked me a great question. I researched more, and I came back to answer your question. Because Keith Christopher Rowley had the audacity to suggest, and you asked, that Kamla Prasad Bissessa will take Trinidad and Tobago to the IMF. Well, let me tell you something.
There are people who called after who felt you didn't answer the question.
Okay, well, them answered now. They called after, I didn't hear
They said that you gave us all the reasons why the government took us or may take us or have taken us there with their policies. But you did not state categorically clear
what Kamla will do to take us away. Okay, so they agree that Rowley has taken us and is preparing us for the IMF, and that he's folded out.
Some persons agreed.
Well, let me just go through the whole thing again for clarity's sake, okay? First and foremost, the IMF prescription is of austerity. Austerity is a big word to say cut back on spending on poor people, all right? Cut back on social net, cut back on welfare, cut back on helping poor people get jobs. So that will mean in Trinidad and Tobago, it comes from a philosophy of a neoliberalism concept. That neoliberalism, they believe that the economy, the business, the money, the generation, the investment should run itself. The government should not try to influence it. The marketplace should regulate itself. So demand and supply, and leave those things as freely as possible. Let the market correct itself without you. So if people are suffering and they're hungry and babies drinking sugar water, a neoliberalist will say, that's okay. That's par for the course. It will correct itself in time. Someone like me who's against that will say, get down and get food in the belly of the children and get them going and help them. That's what government is for. Now, part of the prescriptions of IMF, when you're going to the IMF, they tell you, listen, this is what you have to do. They even give you pre-actions, areas that you must focus on to prepare for their money, and then you have to do, when you take their money, it comes with conditionalities, right? The first one is privatization. Shrink the government action in the economy And already Keith Christopher Rowley has started the privatization, the shutdown of Petrotrin, the fire sale of assets. They're giving away, they're taking and giving away and selling assets all over the place. They want to sell Republic Bank shares. They want to sell the Clico assets, even though the Clico investors have said, listen, y'all bail us out, whatever. Yeah, that was the government plan, okay. But we have the money to pay you back every last cent. So take our money and give us back our assets. Colmimbert and Rowley have said no. Them have liquidator and them going to sell the assets. There was talk about privatization of WASA. Rumors maybe. Talk about it, because WASA is so inefficient, and I don't believe that things are left to happen by chance. How come under Ganga Singh and Kamla, people, 72% of the population were getting 24/7 supply, and now under Rowley at this stage it's down to 22%? Why? You mean you could not continue to maintain and spend and repair and improve the pipes that are under the ground? Why you leave it to rot? Why you leave the leaks to go up to 6,400? Why are you doing that? Because do you know it's not about reservoir depth and reservoir water and rainfall? You know that when WASA, after they clean and make our water potable and they turn on the pumps to push it into your house and my house, they lose 50%. WASA throws away and wastes 4.3 billion gallons of water per month. We only need, as a country, 3.6 to carry us through the month. But WASA does throw away half and then tell we, do bathe, ration bathe with a cup. Don't wash your car with a bucket. Brush your teeth with an orange juice thimble. You understand all of this stupidness? So privatization. Now think about the rumors also of TT Post. Remember Minister Lahan telling us that TT Post is so inefficient and we have to run it in a different manner and so on. Throwing out little signals that they want to get it private. Remember there was also a privatization talk about the ferries and the ferry service because Lennox Grant and Charmaine Lewis and the port wasn't handling it. All these talks of privatization. Privatization is a precursor and a conditionality of the IMF. Then they tell you must try to balance your budget. Now, how you going to balance your budget? You're going to have to cut back on your social net because all the economists, somehow economists always find it easy to cut back on what poor people does get. You see? So they don't cut back on big things, on big projects. They say that will generate work and so on and all of that. And they cut back on food card, cut back on school books, cut back on school feeding, cut back on sports funding for kids, cut back on special needs grants, cut back on laptops, cut back on uniforms and sporting equipment for children. Do all of these cutbacks to try to balance your budget. Then what you try to do, so already you see that Rowley and Imber try to do that. They cut the Ministry of the People. They cut the food cards from 42,000. This is all pre-COVID, 42,000 down to 18,000. They cut school feeding by 45 million per year for 5 years. That's 225 million cut, right? They cut laptops, they cut textbooks, they cut all of that. Then the next step that you do when you're preparing for the IMF or you're within the throes of the IMF or IMF prescriptions, raise taxes. Rowley and Imbert raise every tax possible, from corporate tax, income tax. Yes, they increased the amount that you could be tax-free up to 72,000 from 60,000. Great. But above that, they raise taxes on everything. If you have a little credit card and you're buying something on Amazon, they raise them taxes. They raise taxes. They raise road tax. Then they start to tax any and everything. Is still collecting green fund tax. You want to know where that going. You increase tax at the pump till the pumps, the gas station men and them couldn't make money. They didn't even want to have a credit card machine because the percentage there is too much. The next thing that would happen, or is a prescription for IMF, is the devaluation of your dollar. Now, we have not actually devalued our dollar. The central bank is still keeping it on a dirty float, pumping money, buying and selling foreign exchange to keep our rate within a 6.82 kind of level. However, the supply is very limited. If you want to go when the borders open just now and you want to go outside to study and so on, you can't get no money. It's very hard. A lady called me last week, an old lady. Anil, I need 1,600 US because my children are away. I need to send it. I have the money, but when I go to the bank, they only giving me $50. You think, I have any, but, and poor granny start a ball. She want to pay 20. She willing to pay 25,000 for 16. I say, granny, cool yourself. I say, hold up. I said, let me tell you something. Do not go and do that. This is a kind of desperate thing. If the bank is giving you $50, here what you are going to do for me, because it does not sound that it's life and death, okay? The $1,600, whoever need it, they could wait 30 days. I say, so if it's $50 you're getting, granny, go each day and take your $50. So it will take you 32 days to get 1,600 US and then send it for your child and your grandchildren and them, okay? But you see how but that's what it does. So you have a black market out there now in such desperate need. All the people who need to import. I have a friend, a lady who does do weave and nails and things. We don't make that down here. They have to import. So you have to get US to bring it in. They just bring it.
You raise that and then you send me in another direction. And I want to go there, but I'm coming back to you on this IMF.
Right.
What happened with the US currency in Trinidad and Tobago, Anil Roberts?
Okay. What happened?
I really want to have that conversation.
Right. Well, what happened? That's where I reach right now. So right here is where, because of the lack of supply. Now, why is there a lack of supply? Since Colm Imbert became Minister of Finance, he instituted some new prescriptions on who could get ratios and how much could get and so on. And what has been happening is that the amount of foreign exchange that has been put into the economy, the bigger players suck it out. These bigger players are now not, because of the negative outlook of the country, they are not re-injecting nor reinvesting nor buying extra supply and stock because aggregate demand has gone down. So they are hoarding US. Since 2016, they've started to purchase US, and those who get it in great amounts are hoarding it and keeping it outside. So there's actual US flight from Trinidad and Tobago. One. Two, the smaller businesses, like what we talk about, the hairdressers who need to buy, or those who need to go and buy the nails.
Simple people who want to go away and would like to have some US to
So
spend.
the crunch is now on them because the actual supply of US dollars in the local domestic economy is crunched, it is low. So the banks themselves now have to hold carefully, and they have to put limits, like they ration in the US. So where you would have normally gone and say, well, I go in Miami for 5 days, let me go and get 1,000 US, you could only get 300. Or where you had a credit card and your credit card limit was 15,000 US, they dropped that down to 12,000
actually
US.
Stop you from using the credit card abroad because they have to find the US to pay back whatever you spend.
And that is from Colm Imbert's ridiculous position and his new plan to distribute US. Secondly, by shutdown of Petrotrin, you see all the lies that Keith Rowley, Franklin Cann and them said in order to shut down Petrotrin, when no report, think about this, Winfred Espinay, the board chairman of Petrotrin, went in the labor court under oath and said he and the board never recommended the closure of Petrotrin. There was a McKinsey report, a Solomon report, and a Lashley report that the taxpayers of this country paid $64 million to these experts to say what to do with Petrotrin. None of these three reports that cost $64 million said shut down, because they knew that it generates US dollars and provides that sort of safety net and US dollar supply in the domestic economy. But they did advise that some rationalization and restructuring had to take place because there was overburden with wages and so on. There also had to be some restructuring of the debt from the Malcolm Jones ridiculous executive chairman decisions that lost this country $13 billion that we're still paying back for. But Keith Rowley,
before a break.
Keith Rowley and Stuart Young, who was Malcolm Jones' lawyer, goes into the office of the Attorney General and withdraws the case from Malcolm Jones. But people talk about this Section 34 debacle that had to go and involve 50 different people in this big conspiracy when Franco men, Attorney General Al-Rawi with Stuart Young and Keith Rowley pull out Malcolm Jones out of the court and pull out Ken Julian Frank come in your face and there's no marching. I don't see no Isha and 12,000 people around the savannah because you're balancing, because you was there for the section 34. I see your picture, but you was in the front. You was the only good looking one in the match.
No, I was leading the charge.
Yes, looking good. I said, look, my girl, Isha.
40 seconds before the break. Why you start to bring up my past?
But, nothing wrong. You learn from our mistakes in the past and we move forward. I used to be a PNM too. Everybody has a dark past.
30 seconds before the break.
We shall come to the light.
We coming back with you to continue.
The sun shall rise. I ain't done the foreign US.
Yes, we want to know. We want to know.
It's calm. It's calm. It's the Dwayne. When all you see him and all you cannot get US, it's calm.
Because we talk to the streets.
Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM.
Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
What are you sleeping on? Did you know that you may be sleeping on dead skin cells, dust mites, and bodily fluids? Do you suffer with aches, pain, stiffness, and other sleep disorders? Studies show that you should replace your mattress every 7 to 10 years for better health, better support, and a better night's sleep. Visit a sleep center today at Quartz and find the perfect mattress for you. Quartz, bringing value home.
This is the voice of the PNM. July 15th and July 16th. Tune into all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for our campaign broadcast from 8 p.m.
PNM is the choice.
Feature address by Dr. Keith Rowley as he sets out the national plan for recovery, stability, and opportunity, and a powerful lineup of speakers.
It's the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police. Hey.
On July 15th and July 16th, tune in, click, like, share, and on Friday, July 17th, tune in for our campaign launch, the PNM's big national rally at home, and on August 10th, vote PNM.
Before 10 p.m.
Great is the PNM.
The Trinidad and Tobago General Elections 2020 is here on the Street 919 FM.
I have advised Her Excellency the President to dissolve this Parliament at midnight tonight. Nomination day, Madam Speaker, would be Friday, 17th of July, and polling day would be August 10th, 2020.
And the Street 919 FM is proud to defend the nation yet again for another general election.
Tune in daily to hear your candidates and supporters live on the only station that gives you a platform for expression.
This is the General Elections 2020 on the Street 919 FM.
Real talk from real people
on real issues that affect you.
No one talks politics like us. From the Parliament to the Promenade. This is the 2020 General Election in Trinidad and Tobago. Right here on Street 919 FM, the home of the 2020 General Election.
I wish all my colleagues in this house a safe, happy, enjoyable, productive campaign.
When the stakes are this high, you need a team that's this good.
I've asked Team UNC to ensure that they listen to the people and do everything they can to help and improve their lives.
The United National Congress will deliver the best master plan and a progressive agenda to get TNT working again.
We will encourage strategic investments in niche non-energy sectors where we have strong competitive advantages.
Join the one and only UNC virtual platform Thursday on this station and live on all social media. The United National Congress. Why wait? Now is the time.
Tobago is like one big happy family, and in this time of pandemic, our family values have never been stronger. We are stronger together, Tobago, and together, with a name you can depend on, we are moving into the new normal with quality food from Chef and Barbecue.
On mornings when I'm on my way to work, I like to pass by Chef's and BBQ for a hot cow heel soup or a bacon salt fish to start my day. And now I hear breakfast is $20. And then me I go. The staff nice too, you know. Hello, Chef's is the place to go.
Chef and Barbecue is renowned in Tobago for home-style cooking using the best Tobago has to offer and more. Visit a Chef and Barbecue near you today and get that home-cooked meal you've been missing. Call to order and pick up your meals hot and ready at Chef's and Barbecue. There's no chef like a Tobago chef.
Hey guys, it's Isha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Persons are reminded that to be eligible to vote for the upcoming 2020 parliamentary elections, you must be registered. Remember, if your ID card has expired or is due to expire, it is valid until December 31st, 2020. Is your name on the list of electors? Have you recently changed address? Please visit your registration area office to ensure that you are registered to vote. For further information, log on to www.ebctt.com or call 627-1516 or 627-0745. To vote is your right, but you must be registered. A message from the Elections and Boundaries Commission, your partners in democracy.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us. The Street 919 FM.
All right, thank you guys for staying with us. 2 minutes after the hour, 5 o'clock. Like the video, share the live. Good afternoon to each of every one of you on the live. I see you. We are back, Anil Roberts. We are back.
Yes. So we're continuing with the pressures of Colm Imbot. If you all wanted, you could have read an article. I wonder if I have it way down in the back here, by former PNM. Or he's still a PNM, but he's a Vex PNM, but an intelligent one. No, I don't have it here in this folder. I didn't bring it today. But Ralph Maraj. But since Keith Christopher Rowley, for whatever reason, put Colm Imbot as Minister of Finance, my goodness, I do not know if he understood that whatever good intention Keith Christopher Rowley may have had, and I say may, I don't think he had any, but may have had on September 7, 2015, when he appointed Colm Imbot. Colm Imbot as Minister of Finance, a man who has absolutely no overall knowledge of macroeconomic principles, who does not understand that business is engendered, the powerhouse behind business is confidence. When every time he makes a budget presentation, even the PNM analysts have to correct his lies. When you lie on in a budget or on the economy or on numbers of gas, Curtis Williams, go and read every time Colm Imbert either makes a budget or goes for a mid-year review to ask for more money and comes and states the position of the economy on gas, oil, and so on, and prospectiveness and growth. Curtis Williams, and I used to call him Curtis PNM Williams, so all you understand that he's not no UNC. He has to go and in great detail in the Business Guardian with the yellow paper, you know, in the Business Guardian, I think it's come out on the Thursday, and show that what Colm Imbert said is not true. And every time he talks about gas production, gas price, or projections, or growth, it pans out that is everything he said is not true. So what does that do? The bright financial people with all the money realize that this man is a clown and he's not serious, so them not going to take no risk. Business is already risky, but when you cannot anticipate or you have no confidence in the man who's in charge of guiding the economy through fiscal policy, what do? You hoard the US, you save it, you don't spend it, therefore you're hurting the supply of the US. So the smaller people now, the smaller man who want to either buy a little stock for his business and so on, or want to go Disney World or get some US, they're under pressure because the bank's under pressure because there's limited supply of the US. So what then happens? Creates a black market. All of you out there know that there's a black market for US now. So when Tanti want to get 1,600 and she could only get 50 per day, but she want to get it now, she is where she would go in the bank and get it at 682. She willing to pay up to $8 to get her US. So if she go now and she want to get 1,550 US at $8, you are then generating a black market, which shows that the TT dollar has devalued, and therefore we are under serious pressure. And unless and until you have a fiscal policy and a minister of finance who understands that, creates diversification in the economy where we could bring in investment. We have had no foreign direct investment coming in. We are not manufacturing. Our non-oil sector, manufacturing revenues have gone down each year since Rowley is there. Oil and gas, we under pressure for the next 3 or 4 years because of world shocks, because of the aggregate demand, because of the COVID-19 and the shutdown of many businesses across the globe. Manufacturing sector and so on has shut down, as well as the innovation into the green economy and so on. So the 10-year, 20-year projection for oil and gas is not so good. So unless you have a plan to diversify, as we have in the UNC plan, go and read it. Even PNM people, go and read it. And then compare it to what your Dr. Rowley is saying. Dr. Rowley had no plan. Dr. Rowley is coming to tell all you, Kamla, Barrel Smith didn't grab no pum-pum. That's what he coming to talk to all you about in these times when people are no job. 22% of businesses shutting down and will not start back up. Already before COVID, we had 103,000 of people lost jobs. Politics is not no game. This battle, Anil ugly, Anil mouth big. All right, that's not your business. Anil Gala, don't worry about that. What you have to worry about is the economy, jobs. How are we going to get our children to have an opportunity to survive and thrive? When you see Rowley's policies continuing, they then in the prescriptions for IMF, and how dare he? If you all notice, everything about IMF is Rowley Imbert, IMF, Rowley Imbert, IMF. Yet he come out to say, Kamla IMF. Kamla's prescriptions are the exact opposite. Rowley is tax, spend, borrow. Borrow, spend, no investment, no creation, no confidence, shut down, no refinery, nothing.
So in other words, you are confirming that the UNC has no intentions to take us to the IMF.
Absolutely not. We're going in the opposite direction.
No matter if and when they get in and they realize the status of the economy, they still will not go to the IMF.
Kamla Prasad Bisesa.
I just want to get that clear.
Absolutely not. Kamla Prasad Bisesa understands the state of the economy before COVID, before Rowley, and more than Imbert. While she does not believe Imbert, every time Imbert makes a presentation, Kamla Prasad Bisesa already knows that he lie. Kamla Prasad Bisesa already knows what is the real state. Kamla Prasad Bisesa already knows that Tobago's economy has been depressed by 18% over the last 5 years, and Rowley and Shampa Kujo tell them, oh yes, vote for us, we did great. So Kamla Prasad Bisesa, when you and go and check it, you don't have to take my word, her plan has been there pre-COVID, UNC Plan 2020, and it's been adapted for COVID because she understands the real numbers, the job losses, the lack of diversification, the lack of foreign investment. She is closer to a Mia Motley creative ideas. Look at Mia Motley. You all go and read about what this lady is doing over there in Barbados to present opportunities for her people, and we have a man coming to say, well, this man didn't grab pum pum. I am the man in charge and I did it for you. We are all in this together. But Arawi gets 61 million. How much are all you paying him out there sharing that? He buy all your pizza, a doubles, a roti, a corn soup. How all are we in this together? That 61 million in share. The 3.62 million with Angus Young, that is share down on the ground. All of Franklin can 7 million in rent, that share down. We all in this together. Well, let Franklin can give all your piece of the pie.
Before we continue to go on, I want to let you guys know.
I answer your question yet?
Not up to now, but we're going to open the phone lines because we're already in the 5 o'clock hour.
Already?
Yeah,
we better go extra hour, boy. Iwer? Or the PNM can't take it.
342-0081.
There we go 4 hours, yes,
771-1791. That's the WhatsApp number. 771-1791. 466-5391. Internationally, 718-874-3860.
Right.
While we
continuing.
await the calls.
Another prescription that the IMF tells you. Cut. Removal of price controls. What are price controls? Sometimes in a society, in order to ensure that the poor people are able to get goods and services and are able to move around securely and take care of their families, governments who care will adjust to assist those most in need. For example, the fuel subsidy. For example, when Bastio Pandey brought in foreign used cars. Before that, poor people couldn't have a car, Aisha. Poor people could not drive. It was only rich people who had cars.
Caller, your life.
Yeah, good day. You know, I really like, second time I'm listening to him, and I really like to listen to him now because they're talking IMF talk and all kind of thing. But just look at how we treating our less vulnerable. Look at the children, no laptop. Look at the old people who are outside crying to come home. As a government, you can't treat people so dog, right? So we're back in Anil and we're with Kamla.
All right, I'll take a few more.
And that's from all across the country. All you could say where all you're calling from, you know, because all down in Labrie gone with Kamla too.
You are live.
Physics, I kind of calling from Tobago. I was listening to a song you all playing, The Queen is Coming, and I'm going to close my fridge door. A little clears over me again, please. Thank you. The Queen is Coming.
You say how he wants to hear the song, The Queen is Coming, something about The Queen is Coming. Caller, you're live. Good afternoon. Caller, you there? All right, you're not ready yet. Go ahead.
Hello? Or me?
He's not
Right.
ready yet, yeah.
What they then do is they take away price controls now. So what has Rowley done? As soon as he came in, the little Dwayne sit down and laugh, and PNM people, please, man. All you must have something better than this. He laughed at everybody, PNM, UNC, and people who don't vote, and say, I remove the subsidy, I raise gas, there riot, I go raise it again.
Caller,
hello?
you live?
Hello?
Yes, caller, you are live.
Yeah, I just calling for us to do, and for the people to do a survey in the prison lesson and see all the prison elements and see who is the people in prison right now. All of them is from the PNM constituency. None of them is not from the UNC constituency, is the PNM. So the PNM does nothing.
But how you come up with that, caller? Where did you get that from?
No, I must do my own survey to see what's really going on. Watch and see. All the majority of the people in prison is just from all the PNM stronghold.
All right, caller. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know.
No survey of that, sir. However, if you're not saying it very elegantly, and that is not a scientific fact, but what you might say is that the CSO statistics and the Dr. Selwyn Ryan report, where he took about 6 months to analyze the areas that are showing the most pressure, under the most pressure, where there is more need for investment and direction of resources. The areas happen to tend to be in PNM strongholds that have voted PNM 58 years out of 58 years. And that is true. Where there's high unemployment, high crime, poor water supply, poor tea and tech, poor opportunities, great lower scores in education in Tobago, Labre, and unfortunately Laventille, the SEA, Cape, A-levels, and the access to university, UE, and so on are on the low end. What does this mean? A government must put a government must put, I just had to say it because it's important. A government must take focus billions of dollars into those areas, not into Angus Younghand, not into NCB Global Finance. You need to direct money where the people need it to give them a help up, not wheel yourself off the government. Hello?
Caller, you alive? Caller, you there? I don't know.
Right? So that thing about that, I mean, they have no statistics about that, about who in jail and so on. However, when you hear about areas down in even I've heard, oh my goodness, Isha, I forget to tell you. Edinburgh 500 is normally who?
We have a call on the line.
You don't the answer?
Caller, you there?
Good afternoon to you, Isha West.
Hey, how you doing?
How you going, my dear?
I'm good, thanks.
All right, that's very good. That's good news here this afternoon. And Roberts, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right, I don't intend to waste no time. Let me get straight to the point one time. Now, this morning, I had the fortunate opportunity to listen to the replay of Ms. Kamala Prasad-Biswasa's speech that she had a while ago. When I say a couple of weeks ago, or whatever, right? But let me tell you something. When I sit down and I listen to the diplomat speak this morning, you ever listen to somebody talk and get the encouragement that when you're done listening, you actually learn something? That is how I feel when I listen to a replay from Ms. Kamala Prasad-Biswasa this morning. Now, she raised a number of issues, but I'm going to deal with one that stick with me, right? She talked about this revenue taxing, what this government intends to do here. The question I want to ask this afternoon, what revenue stream we have in Trinidad that is making money, that is making foreign currency for Trinidad, knowing that the foreign currency is higher than our local currency here, right? What it is the government have right now that is selling, that is bringing revenue into the country right now, because as far as I see, the government only way of making money is to tax the people, right? And they're taxing the people that the local currency that they have. So what I say now, if you don't have the foreign currency coming in the country, right? People hardly want to take the chance to invest. I want people to understand what I'm saying here. People hardly want to take the chance to invest. You're done in making the money already, so the little bit that the people have, you're looking to tax them that. And while you're taxing them, that the budget that is spending to keep the thing in Trinidad, that same money turning into foreign currency to buy the goods that we could produce here. For instance, look at the government budget for Wari Berlin. The food that we have to import in the country. Understand what is going on here now? When you do all these different things, and Robert, I wait to understand what I'm saying. Who are you putting the pressure on? Hello?
Thank you.
Right,
and you make a lot of sense. Now, another point that you have to understand from what he's saying. When you decide to cut the subsidies in Trinidad and Tobago, you then put more pressure. Cutting subsidies is like a tax on the poor people. So when you cut the fuel subsidy, do you know that Bastille Pandey allowed poor people to drive cars. So you have B13, B14, TIDA and thing, men
1 minute
could
caller.
buy cars for 40,000, 50,000. Before that, before 1998, only rich people could buy car because you could only buy brand new car and you had to qualify for mortgage and to borrow money to buy big car and so on. When he did that, poor people then had an opportunity to move around quickly, don't waste time. Their children could study more and do better in school. So there were spin-off effects. When Coleman Butt came in 2015, he immediately cut the fuel subsidy on 5 occasions. There's already talk about cutting the electricity subsidy because they say that our electricity is so cheap that we waste it. So the PNM want to cut that. Then they want to cut the subsidy on water. These are all prescriptions of taking us to the IMF. So without being in the IMF, we could stamp IMF on Rowley Ballhead because that's what he's doing.
Let's see who's there. Caller, you alive?
Good afternoon, Isha. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Robert. And to all the chair. Isha and Mr. Anil. I will just say something just on that so-called dear-gone UNC. I want you to know, and the world by extension to know, otherwise I think. In the first time in history, somebody had 50 or 55 years below the PNM in Lavantil West. We have a bus up chair Rastamani. It will be the first time in history that Lavantil West is going to vote, 100% come this election for the UNC and the UNC alone. Hence, I put in your notice, you receive, because there are 16,000 non-voters that have never voted, and it's mostly youth. So we're working on the ground.
Caller.
And when I say we're working, we're saying no.
Caller.
Yes?
I do not believe you and I do not believe that could happen. I have to come, message me, I'll come in and walk with you. Because that could never happen. Lavanti East mover, Lavanti West has never and will never consider voting yellow, orange, blue, green, any steel beam. I cannot believe and take what you telling me just so. Lavanti is like automatic red. You just hear election, boom red, 11,000. It don't matter about job, about crime, about job creation, about food, about laptop, about book, about opportunity, about women's rights. It don't matter about that. That is PNM till the dead. How you could tell me them going and vote yellow? I don't believe you just so.
Well, I tell you, as your work, Peter, is very proud, very good. And not only that, they are saying they cannot wait. They can't wait to vote out not only Rowley, they want to make sure vote out Hines. You see that man, the caller? This election, there will be no more Hines. Hines, enjoy your last political days. But politically, and we will train me politically too. That's how you're coming to the picture.
All
right, my brother. I go come and see, but Anil don't believe that. Now, I know my people. I love my people. But I still understand and I'm a realist. And I know, no matter how much sense Anil talk here, no matter how much I show Kamala policies, no matter how I show that Kamala directs resources to poor people, to single mothers, creates jobs in the economy, will create opportunities in the new digital economy, invest in education, build back up Patrick Manning's UTT that Rowley has crumbled and crushed, and attack UTT because UTT is for the young black Trinbagonians who may have started off a little slower, but as they get older, they catch up and they start to accelerate with brilliance and genius that UTT could come into the innovation and creation into the digital age to diversify the economy and move forward with innovation and technical. We could invent phones and different new technology to take over like a South Korea because of our brain of our young people. But my brother, you have a lot of convincing to tell me that my Trinbagonian go vote yellow in Lavanti, Isha.
We have a
wrong too long.
International line.
Good afternoon, Isha, and good afternoon, Anil.
Good afternoon.
Anil, I wanted to get you on the radio so you would answer this question publicly. Could you tell me if the community of Kokori was part of the live sport program, number one. And number two, could you tell me if the person who goes by the sobriquet of Mr. Kokorit was the coordinator? A listen of it.
To answer you, yes and yes.
What?
He asked two questions.
Which two you answering?
He only asked two. So to the answer to the first one, was Kokorit and one of the areas by the CSO and by Dr. Selwyn Ryan's analysis, one of the areas designated for intervention and investment in young youth, young people between 15 and 29 in order to get them off of crime? Yes, there was a Kokorit Live Sports Center that I think there were about 60 to 80 young people involved. And two, was Mr. Kokorit highly employed and a high executive in the management of live sport? Yes, he was.
Kokorit?
DPNM Kokorit, who does cuss Anil and hate Anil. Anil, when Anil is there as a minister, Anil does not discriminate between anybody.
Anil, I had to see that.
But he was in the Mr. Kokorit is one of the defendants in the court case that they win when they quash the audit report. Mr. Kokorit, who hate Anil, who love BNM, who cuss Anil, who when Anil wanted to build pool since 1989 in Kokorit by Powder Magazine, Anil and the Robert, he hate we. That Mr. Kokorit, yes, he was employed and got paid as a manager in the live sport. And in the live, so when the public servants and those on contract went to court, he was one of them. He knows that the laptops that the audit said were missing, they're still in a room collecting dust in Atto Bolden Stadium. The audit was such a fallacious, fake set of lies. So Mr. Kokorit was employed in live sport under Anil UNC Roberts. Yes. Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. Caller, you live?
Because when you're in government, you must not discriminate against anybody. Or you don't understand that? Hello?
A pleasant good day to you, Aisha. Pleasant good day to you, Anil.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Listen to me, Aisha. I just wanted to highlight the Tara San Juan seat. And, I want to be fair. And PNM people need to listen. I am still a member of the People National Movement. And in all fairness, if I see a seat is leading to a direction where they are winning the election, I am saying that Saddam isn't leading in Baratara San Juan, but PNM people and other people is down my throat. You understand what I'm saying? In all fairness.
Paul, I'm just telling you, you don't listen to me, Leave the politics alone and focus on your business.
I need to tell them as it is. We need to be transparent. Right. Anyway, Aisha, I'm locked on and I'm listening.
Thank you. All the best. That's a PNM thing, don't gain, eh? Caller, your life.
Me ain't gaining.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anil Roberts. I think that you are so intellectual and it's appealing to me. But first of all, this is what I want to talk about. I'm confused and very, very concerned about the lack of respect that is going on from the PNM towards women. Let's forget about the trip to Tobago, the lover trip now, and let's forget about the hush money. I am trying to understand this, that our Prime Minister came out this morning, at least on a newspaper article that I read on the newsday, that Daryl Smith was fired for interfering with a public service and not a public servant. I don't understand this. Can you explain what it is that read?
No, so no more calls for 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes.
So hold up.
Hold up for 5 minutes. Hold up for 5 minutes. Good question.
Oh, we have 2 minutes before the break.
2 minutes while I talk fast. Keith Christopher Rowley said last night to you, the PNM people, and if you all would like to believe that after he had said 12 different things in the last 5 years, he said that he fired Daryl Smith because he interfered in the public service process. That the permanent secretary was going to fire the lady, his personal assistant, for cause and put the reasons why he was going to fire her. And that Daryl Smith went to the permanent secretary and told him, please don't put for cause, just say that she's fired. And Keith Rowley said that incensed Keith Rowley so much that he fired Daryl Smith. Let me tell you all something. Number one, the personal assistant, there are 3 positions that a minister can hire by him or herself. That's the driver, the advisor, and a personal assistant. This does not fall under any public service rubric. It is by the behest and by the desire of the minister himself or herself. So it does not follow the normal procedures of advertisement, interview panel, interview selection, resume qualifications, and so on. A minister can hire who they want as their driver, and nobody could fire that driver. A minister can hire who they want as the advisor, and nobody could fire that advisor. A minister can hire his personal assistant, and nobody could fire them. Number 1. Number 2, in every contract of these 3 positions, Isha, and you would like this part, it's a standard contract. And if a minister would like to fire either his driver, advisor, or personal assistant, he can do so based on two avenues. Okay. 1, with cause, or 2, without cause. There needs to be no cause. You can fire someone from that position without cause based on the contract. So Keith Christopher Rowley, I don't know where he come out with this story to fabricate that there was some interference by a minister in his own hiring and firing. The minister is in charge of the hiring and firing of that individual. The permanent secretary cannot fire a minister's driver, advisor, or personal assistant. The permanent secretary has no local standby over that person whatsoever. So Rowley is just fabricating, talking. Me, I know what he bring up this topic to come and lie about again.
18 seconds.
In fact,
gonna go for that break.
In fact, it showed that Daryl Smith.
We'll take some calls.
Daryl Smith had a heart, because if you don't want to hurt somebody's resume going forward, why put reasons you can fire them without cause? That is there in the contract.
They talk, you talk, come talk with us. On the street, 919 FM.
This is the voice of the PNM. July 15th and July 16th. Tune in to all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for our campaign broadcast from 8 p.m.
PNM is the choice.
Feature address by Dr. Keith Rowley as he sets out the national plan for recovery, stability, and opportunity, and a powerful lineup of speakers.
It's the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police. Hey.
On July 15th and July 16th, tune in, click, like, share, and on Friday, July 17th, tune in for our campaign launch, the PNM's big national rally at home, and on August 10th, vote PNM.
Before 10 PNM.
Great is the PNM.
It's so long we're home. I have run out of clothes. I'm waiting for the Fab Ninja Expo to open.
Well, they're actually open already.
Finally. I was waiting for them since March.
And yes, I agree. I've been craving for the Indian food from Tandoori King.
I'll have dinner at Josa's Diner, and I'll have dessert at Nanu's Kulfi.
Listen, we could now dine in their food court area.
All you think about is food, huh? But I can shop there. I have to buy some shalwar and matching jewelry and shoes. You know.
They also just added 5 more vendors with all new goods.
When are they starting?
What?
Fab India Expo, of course.
The Fab India Expo is open opposite the Medford gas station in Shogunas. Check us out today.
When the stakes are this high, you need a team that's this good.
I've asked Team UNC to ensure that they listen to the people and do everything they can to help and improve their lives.
The United National Congress will deliver the best master plan and a progressive agenda to get TNT working again.
We will encourage strategic investments in niche non-energy sectors where we have strong competitive advantages.
Join the one and only UNC virtual platform Thursday on this station and live on all social media. The United National Congress. Why wait? Now is the time.
You have been so good these past couple months. You deserve a little reward. Join Value Optical and Trin Optics as we celebrate Christmas in July. Enjoy our gift to you of 50% off your second pair of spectacles. With Apex digital lenses, Supernova anti-reflective coating, and Transitions lenses to choose from, you have got the best in lens technology. Some conditions apply. See online for more details. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612.
Don't forget to tune in right here on the street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m.
Performance Beat All Talk.
Sharing your goals, helping you find your place in the world. Eastern gratitude, God holding your hand, leading the way, here for your needs, making sure that you succeed. Eastern, lending a hand. Eastern, together we're leading the way.
The Trinidad and Tobago General Elections 2020 is here on the street 919 FM.
I have advised Her Excellency the President to dissolve this Parliament at midnight tonight. Nomination day, Madam Speaker, would be Friday, 17th of July, and polling day would be August 10th, 2020.
And the street 919 FM is proud to defend the nation yet again for another general election.
Tune in daily to hear your candidates and supporters live on the only station that gives you a platform for expression.
This is the General Elections 2020 on the street 919 FM.
Real talk from real people
on real issues that affect you.
No one talks politics like us. From the Parliament to the promenade. This is the 2020 General Election in Trinidad and Tobago. Right here on Street 919 FM, the home of the 2020 General Election.
I wish all my colleagues in this house a safe, happy, enjoyable, productive campaign.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, yeah. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name with a PNM pen, a PNM pen, a PNM pen. How will you sign my name with a PNM pen? We vote in PNM.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement. Come talk with us. Real issues, hard talk, real talk on the street 919 FM.
Make way, yes. The Queen is coming. 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 The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is reverting to her throne. Hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hooray. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is reverting to her throne. Make way for Queen Lisa, make way for UNC. We political leader guiding us to victory. Only snake in the body say every day is above all. Vote twice on election day and extend from the ball. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is reverting to her throne. Hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hooray. Hey babe, hooray. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is reverting to her throne. When you're talking about royalty, you're talking about Camilla, sweet tea and the first lady, noble.
All right, people, we are back. 37 minutes after the hour of 5 o'clock inside the last and final hour.
Let me continue with that nonsense that I don't know where Keith Christopher Rowley jump up. What make him jump up to come and talk Daryl Smith? I don't know. I hear Daryl Smith was upset recently. He was imbibing some alcohol and he said certain things and he had some WhatsApp on her phone. So I don't know if that caused Rowley to get frightened. You know, he just get frightened and jump out. Because nobody was studying Daryl Smith, grabby wabby. We know he done grab the pum pum and thing and we done with that. Right? Fireborn he. But when Rowley comes and says that he fired him because he interfered with the public service process, that is not true. Because the process that Rowley is talking about does not exist. A minister is well within his or her rights to fire his personal assistant, driver, or advisor with cause or without cause. So if Daryl Smith, grabby wabby, went and said, well, P.S., don't do the girl that now in case she's going for another job, that is actually very nice. So Rowley, you are angry that Daryl Smith did one good thing? Here the other problem with it now, Isha, and listen to me carefully, you know. Because when I tell you all PNM members that Rowley is the worst member of the People's National Movement, here's another reason why. And the PNM is a proud party, eh? And if you all find that this man deserves to lead you all, well, God bless all you. Because all you have about 240,000 PNMites who better than he. Here why. There was a PS at the Ministry of Sport at the time of this incident. His name was Ramadan. He made statements and he went and was questioned by the committee set up by Rowley with the three ladies, the three August ladies, okay? So his evidence is on record. That PS Ramadan refused to get involved and refused to sign off on taxpayers' money for that personal incident involving the minister and his personal assistant. So he was refusing. Do you know what happened to Ramadan? Ramadan was moved from the Ministry of Sport to the office of the Prime Minister. And Ramadan, P.S. Ramadan was replaced by P.S. Barrow. Do you know what P.S. Barrow did? P.S. Barrow, on assuming duties, within 1 day, signed off on that $150,000 check. Now I ask all of you out there in Radio Land on 91.9 FM, Iwer station, who is the only human being on the rocks of Trinidad and Tobago who can move a permanent secretary horizontally?
The president?
The Prime Minister of the country, the only human being with the power to reassign, readjust, reset permanent secretaries is the Honorable Prime Minister. At the time of the incident, we only had one Honorable Prime Minister. His name was Keith Christopher Rowley. So Keith Christopher Rowley, your story makes no sense, first and foremost, because the minister was well within his rights to fire his personal assistant with cause or without cause. Secondly, you told a tall tale, because the PS was not getting involved in that situation, and he had advised the minister that that was a personal matter and does not involve taxpayers' dollars. And for some reason, exactly at that time, you, Keith Rowley, you moved Ramadan into an office where he probably still is doing nothing, at the office of the Prime Minister, and you replaced him with a PS Barrow who immediately...
1 minute caller.
Who immediately went and wrote out the check for $150,000. The next point, why would there be a need for a non-disclosure agreement, Keith Christopher Rowley, if all it involved, it didn't involve any sexual advance, any sexting, any harassment, no pum-pum grabbing? What's the need for a non-disclosure?
1 minute caller.
What's the need for a non-disclosure agreement? Furthermore, Keith Christopher Rowley, are you now saying that the young lady who assigned a sworn affidavit in the labor court and stated that there was sexual interference, that there was actions that were untoward. Are you saying that the young lady lied, Keith Christopher Rowley? You see, many problems. Me, know where he went and opened the ant's nest and opened it with a crooked fork for, Hello?
Caller?
Yes, hello, good afternoon, Isha.
Hey, good afternoon.
Anil Robert.
Good afternoon.
Well, welcome on the street 919. Isha, hello?
Yes, we're hearing
Thank you, we hearing you.
Anil Robert taking long, if you learn for 1 or 2, but I want to hear Andy Williams' program. And Anil Robert, what did Minister touch it?
Pum pum!
Stop chaining he up from now, please.
He grabbing pum pum man without permission.
We go back to the phone lines, take a few more, just a few more minutes left of Douglas Politics today. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Yes, hi, good afternoon. Listen to the program, and it's pathetic that Anna Roberts there hopes that people will forget the transgressions of the UNC 2010 to 2015. He's hoping people forget those things and come in and telling things that are blatantly untrue. For instance, let us deal with the fiscal programs. The PNM government tried to do certain things which was largely fought by the UNC. For instance, the mega farms, when they came in power 2010, they shut it down. Then you had the E-Tech investment park in Tamana, they shut it down. You had the Divine Echoes situation with the band and so on, they shut it down. Then there was the economic position that the UNC put the country into, right? So when Anna Roberts there is championing and sounding so idiotic, saying how the Keith Rowley closed down UTT and Costat, it is the UNC's government and their manipulation of the economy that caused us to be in this position. Keith Rowley's government didn't shut down UTT. The only thing that they did is put the gate situation now, where you have to have a means test and so on, because the country...
Why are you laughing at him, man? That is not nice. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Economic position was no longer in a place where it could sustain giving gates to people. And then certain people will go in the gate program. 1 minute they're studying this program, then they drop out, then next week they're doing something else, then they drop out, then next week. So after a while, you had to put more stringent rules on the gate program. But Keith Rowley did not close down UTT and Costat. Those are blatant lies, but the UNC is hoping that people forget live sports. They're hoping people forget the Beaton water treatment plant. They're hoping people forget Rashmi Ramnarayan. They're hoping people forget Omar Khan in Tiantec. They're hoping people forget all of these things. They're hoping people forget Tiger Capital when Anna Roberts was given, not Anna Roberts, sorry, Anand Ram Logan as Attorney General was given contracts to Tiger Capital, and when the media went to the address, they found an empty lot of land. Millions of dollars.
Thank you. It's only so much nonsense I could take at one time in my life.
So what demand
Number one.
Why didn't the demand finish?
Because it's abject nonsense. You ever heard me say UTT shut down? Have you ever heard me say that Rowley shut down UTT? Rowley has starved UTT. Listen carefully, Balize. Pull the Balize out of your air passage. Let it release your anvil and hammer and open your ears. And when you're calling and you have your PNM notes given to you by Andrew Gabriel, oh God, slow down now so we can debate. Don't just come and regurgitate a set of nonsense. Number one, I never said that Rowley shut down UTT nor Costat. I have not even mentioned Costat on 91.9 since Monday and up to now. However, what he has done, he has starved UTT of funding, cut gate, cut the program. All of at least 40% of the professors are gone from UTT. Why did he do that? Was that necessary? Or could he have changed the funding that he gave Al-Rawi 61 million for his own building? Couldn't that have kept UTT programs running? This 3.62 billion that he gave Angus Young, couldn't that keep UTT running for the young black people to move on and move up? Secondly, the Beaton wastewater plant that Rowley said was corruption and called all sorts of things. Let me tell you something, sir. The Beaton wastewater plant went through a full tender process with a consultant ACOM that went out for tender. There were 11 people that brought up packages. They ended up with 2 bids. One bid was so low that the WASA estimate it could not have been taken seriously, and a consortium won it. Those who were evaluating were public servants who were there since Patrick Manning was parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Energy. They were public servants of good standing, and they went through the proper evaluation, proper tender process, went to cabinet, went to FNGP, and so on. You are talking about corruption because Rowley said, when I responded to Rowley in that debate, I stood up and asked him, sir, you forgot to tell us, Keith Christopher Rowley, that you had a substantial interest in a wastewater plant in Beetham. Rowley stood up and said, no way, go and check the Hansard, boss, and read it out clearly and fast like you're reading out Andrew Gabriel notes there. No. And Rowley said, never, I have never had any interest in any wastewater plant in Beetham or anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago. I then quoted from the Hansard of the member for Diego Martin West back in 2000 when he was debating, and he said that he had occasion to pay a visit on then Minister of Public Utilities, Ganga Singh, because he, in his capacity as a geologist, was providing hydrological and survey information representing a group of businessmen who were interested in creating a wastewater plant at Beetham. So you just go ahead regurgitating your ridiculous statements on behalf of your Keith Christopher Rowley. If there's corruption under Kamla, prove it. But when you see that corporate governance and tendering has gone to where Rowley and Stuart Smallpin go down to Australia and come and buy 2 vessels and then add on 2 more, and you find that's good, well, you vote PNM because clearly you are happy and you have some contract. What is LifeSpot? Boy, LifeSpot is what have you all getting licks now all over the ground, because you could say LifeSpot corrupt, you could say what you want, but the young black boys who got the 1500, got the meal, got the opportunity, did not die for 2 years. Only 2 of them died out of 2,378. Got the opportunity to go to MIC to train, to sing music, to move on, to show some love and respect. They know what the program was about, and that's why the whole country going yellow. So you keep calling and reading out your piece of toilet paper and feel that it's true, but Kamla shut down the economy. Kamla left 12.26 billion US in reserves, clown. Kamla left 7.1 million US in heritage and stabilization, clown.
You're going to slaughter that caller.
Yeah,
He's gone 10 minutes now.
But I still have 20 more minutes for him.
1 minute, you have a caller
and
here.
if I am an idiot and I could destroy you, so what that make you?
Look, caller, you lie. Caller, go ahead.
Oh, God.
Let me say good afternoon to you, Isha Wells.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to the Minister, former Minister of Sports, Anil Roberts.
Good afternoon, sir.
And Isha Wells, I would speak after Anil because Anil, well, he does still say a mouthful. But what I want to say here, Anil Roberts was one of the best Minister of Sports of this country ever see. And I want to thank him for helping African youth, for having a vision for young black men and young black girls in this country. Yes, we understand some imps in the life sports must be misbehaved, but that life sports was a healthy program for use of simple street. They go Martin, Caronage. Many youth benefit. They eat a good meal. I mean, I see them going down in the complex and training to run football, cricket. And I mean, and they have a nice food. They come out to Kingsley, look at the food nice. And they say, yes, man, because they cannot tell you to go and study and play sports and give them a chubby and a doubles. It was a healthy food that when they eat that food, they feel.
Caller, I don't mean to cut you, but let me tell you something, When we was debating, and Faris Al-Rawi, Al-Rental, Al-Tight Pants come down to debate live sport, he look up at me, and he tell me, $79 for a breakfast and a lunch. We had the school feeding program. We do it for $9. I watch him and say, boy, you are a madman. You want to feed big, strong, strapping black man $9 in food? I say, when you go trotters, your appetizer is $92, your nastiness. The speaker say, W mirror, control it. I say, I withdraw, speaker. However, let the man know that young black people need food to eat. $79 for 2 meals with water and juice and security, because you know you're going up in the belly of the beast. You can't just go up there just so. You gotta go safely.
Yes, and before I go, Assurance, I don't know about this.
Yeah, because we have 2 minutes before the show ends.
What?
Yes.
No, man, we going extra. I want give me extra, boy.
Yeah, let me say this. I want to also thank you for helping many youth in this country to learn how to swim. As a sportsman, you play a major impact in our sports and community in this country. So I'm saying this, Anna Roberts, hold your back strong, go strong, and stand strong. And I'm not a caller, I'm Kingsley. I'm a supporter of you. I'm a supporter of Kamaposa. I love UNC. I love our mother of our nation, our next Prime Minister, the lady who cares for children in this country, the lady who cares for all. And we say that we are UNC and proud and we are UNC and happy. Thank you.
As we had 2 minutes ago, Isha, play the tune. How much time we have? Play The Queen Is Coming, man. And all you want to hear, and next time, caller, bring a different book, eh? Oh, Lord. You regurgitated a set of unfactual, a set of fictional thing. Where all your plyboard factory? Where the Sandals investment? The 6 pillars all you say was going to build the economy on, all crumble on the Rowley. Is Kamla mash it up? And boy, PNM, to be a PNM, you really had to check your IQ at this stage, boy. Where all the bright PNM gone? Look, play a tune, let me hear the Queen. Where the Queen coming, boy? The Queen coming, boy. Sing this song.
Coming, the Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is reverting to her throne. Hey, people rich. Hey, people rich. Hey, people rich. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is reverting to her throne. Make way for Queen Licessa. Make way for UNC. We political leader guiding us to victory. Only snake in the body say every day is above all. Vote rising on election day and extend from the balls. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming back for she throne. The Queen is coming. Make way, yes. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming. The Queen is coming.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us. The Street 919 FM.
This is the voice of the PNM. July 15th and July 16th. Tune into all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for our campaign broadcast from 8 p.m.
PNM is the choice.
Feature address by Dr. Keith Rowley as he sets out the national plan for recovery, stability, and opportunity, and a powerful lineup of speakers.
It's the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police. Hey.
On July 15th and July 16th, tune in, click, like, share, and on Friday, July 17th, tune in for our campaign launch, the PNM's big national rally at home, and on August 10th, vote PNM.
Voting PNM.
Great is the PNM.
The Trinidad and Tobago General Elections 2020 is here on the street 919 FM.
I have advised Her Excellency the President to dissolve this Parliament at midnight tonight. Nomination day, Madam Speaker, would be Friday, 17th of July, and polling day would be August 10th, 2020.
And the Street 919 FM is proud to defend the nation yet again for another general election.
Tune in daily to hear your candidates and supporters live on the only station that gives you a platform for expression.
This is the General Elections 2020 on the Street 919 FM.
Real talk from real people
on real issues that affect you.
No one talks politics like us.
From the Parliament to the Promenade. This is the 2020 General Election in Trinidad and Tobago. Right here on Street 919 FM, the home of the 2020 General Election.
I wish all my colleagues in this house a safe, happy, enjoyable, productive campaign.
When the stakes are this high, you need a team that's this good.
I've asked Team UNC to ensure that they listen to the people and do everything they can to help and improve their lives.
The United National Congress will deliver the best master plan and a progressive agenda to get TNT working again.
We will encourage strategic investments in niche non-energy sectors where we have strong competitive advantages.
Join the one and only UNC virtual platform Thursday on this station and live on all social media. The United National Congress. Why wait? Now is the time.
When it comes to healthcare, you deserve the best. Do you suffer from low energy, anxiety, or constipation? Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins provides you with the best services of iridology exam, blood analysis, ionic foot detox, followed by a soothing foot massage. We also provide the best organic supplements. We are located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Or call us at 288-1108 or 275-8359. Join us on the street 919 FM. Every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins.
Tobago is like one big happy family, and in this time of pandemic, our family values have never been stronger. We are stronger together, Tobago, and together with a name you can depend on, we are moving into the new normal with quality food from Chef and Barbecue.
On mornings when I'm on my way to work, I like to pass by Chef's and BBQ for a hot cow heel soup or a bacon salt fish to start my day. And now I hear breakfast is $20, and then me I go. The staff nice too, you know. Hello. Chef's is the place to go.
Chef and Barbecue is renowned in Tobago for home-style cooking using the best Tobago has to offer and more. Visit a Chef and Barbecue near you today and get that home-cooked meal you've been missing. Call to order and pick up your meals hot and ready at Chef's and Barbecue. There's no chef like a Tobago chef.
Hey guys, it's Isha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home, or get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
We voting PNM. Anyway, right choice, proud leader. The battle for our nation, your life matter, yeah. Real leadership, yo, we promise you forever, oh. Vote PNM and everything will be much better, yeah. Strength and honor in 5 years of government. Never again will we allow mismanagement. PNM is here to say their love is permanent. Loyal to the flag and never bow to establishment. Who them try if trick and sell out? But them care by my vote, me na bow out. Them better move when we're the army a run out. Only deceitful people will get burned out. Dr. Rowley, a leader phenomenal. The UNC full up of pirates and criminal. Send for the duck, cause the state is critical. Searching to perform, and this country's political structure. Send for the doctor again.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement. Talk your talk, but we don't talk. Come talk with us. The Street 919 FM.
get back to land. Tell them we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming. Everybody get on board with Franklin Paris and Ashton Ford. Oh, Colin Marlin, Imbert and Donna Cox, Joe Newt, Benny and Hines with the dreadlocks. We coming, we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming. PNM, PNM. PNM, PNM.
You know when you hear the PNM march, it's because the leader of the PNM army in the house.
She feels she could run this country.
How you doing, Dane?
Excellent, Isha Wells. Good afternoon.
Make sure your mic on. Make sure, or adjust your mic. It's a little low. It on?
Right, yes, it's on.
Yes, nice.
Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm awesome. How are you today?
Yeah, doing good, doing good, doing good.
Nice. I see the mask and all of our balize on it.
Yeah, balize is the truth. And on Sundays, I make callaloo with balize. It is actually that serious.
It's that serious.
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago. He's in the building and he's here with his books.
Yes.
So you know he's getting down to business.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. You know, last time we were together, I wanted to put under the microscope the candidates who the UNC selected and try to place them in different ministries. You know, I just want to show the deficiency and the effectiveness of the leader of the opposition. Well, of Kamla Persad-Bissessar. But Aisha, after a deeper and further look into COVID-19, after I had an opportunity to review Kamla Persad-Bissessar's manifesto, which is a contractual agreement or arrangement between the people of Trinidad and Tobago and the UNC, I had to rehash the sentiments that I expressed the first day I came. I shall make no mistake, huh? Let me just cite an article here on one of the dailies. It says, no return to normal. The research, pay attention, Trinidad and Tobago, pay attention, Aisha.
I'm paying attention. I'm with you.
Hear what this article says. The resurgence of the coronavirus in the United States ignited fierce debate yesterday about the whether to reopen schools, as global health officials warned that the pandemic will intensify unless more countries adopt comprehensive plans to combat it. That's enough for me. I would have imagined that given all that has been said about COVID-19, Mrs. Persad-Bissessar penned a manifesto, promised a whole lot of flowery foolishness without understanding that there is a pandemic, number one, and profiled promises. Not one mention, Aisha Wells, of the pandemic and its economic impact on the world and how she intends to address opening up Trinidad and Tobago if she's appointed and selected as Prime Minister of the Republic.
So you're saying that there is no post-COVID-19 plans?
None from... Look the lady's stuff here. But see what this is, Aisha, Tobago, pay attention, you know. This speaks to the intellectual laziness of Kamla. This speaks to the effectiveness of the party. This action is consistent with what Gary Griffith spoke about a couple of years ago when he said that this lady has 4- and 5-day weekends. Because what would have happened, Aisha, is that sometime last year, Kamla and her bunch would have sat together put their manifesto in draft and fleshed it out. But at that time, there was no pandemic. So when the pandemic sprung, or when COVID-19 sprung on us, and Isha, well, this is serious.
I'm paying attention, I am.
Because I have a little small certification in health. I have a minor in health, right? And I learned that there is an endemic, an epidemic, and a pandemic. One community specific to a particular group, one country or region, and the other global. When you think pandemic, you think global. This is a crisis.
Yeah.
And this lady did not have the respect for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to say to us, listen, what we are facing is an unknown future. Mia Motley was forced to open up. Jamaica forced to open up. A number of other countries forced to open up without having, in my respectful view, based on what I know of this virus, without having done enough to open up, but they were forced to. This lady said nothing, absolutely nothing about how she intends to preserve our life if given the opportunity to lead. And to me, that speaks volumes. To me, it suggests that this lady took no time out to respect the citizen. Her team of misfits yawned, laughed, thrust their fists in the face of this deadly disease, and rehashed some old ridiculous policy positions that speaks about approaching here trouble in Aisha. Here trouble. Turks and Caicos. I think there are 11 or 12 new cases. I am petrified and terrified as to what may happen when we do open up the borders. I am terrified. I'm terrified because I'm seeing what is taking place there. I just read on social media. One lady says, my mother is sick, my grandmother died, and I can't reach out to them. I can't get in contact with them, COVID-19. Another friend of mine from San Grande posted, whoever protecting me or keeping me alive, I'm voting for them. This issue of COVID-19 is a real issue. And for a real leader and a real political party to ignore this virus, to me, speaks volumes about their leadership. What kind of laziness is that? To place something in the public domain that doesn't speak to the virus. I saw Isha Wells, this lady said she's going to partner with Israel for agriculture, and the Netherlands, and India. No mention of the African community. No mention of Ghana.
So are you saying all those plans that the Prime Minister would have put in place to do relationships with Ghana may be scrapped?
Of course. Of course, he was vilified when he was rapped. Make no mistake, I was in Ghana too when they was rapping Dr. Rowley on the right-hand side. I was being rapped on the left. My name is Nana Kwame. Yeah, I didn't go at the behest of the Prime Minister. A lot of people said that it was as part of his detail and entourage. That's not true. I took another avenue to get to Ghana. It just happened to be there at the same time. Yes. Right. And make no mistake, Aisha, when Dr. Rowley was there, they talk about yam and all kind. He's going to the Ghanaians are going to show us how to plant yam and a whole set of nonsense. He was vilified. And consistent with that same type of disrespect is what I see in Kamala Persad-Bissessa's manifesto. And boy, God knew I combed through it. No mention of the African continent. Yet there is this, because there's a feeling that there's nothing that he can learn from Ghana. There's a feeling that there is no real need for partnership, no real need to go down the road with the continent. But She has an interest in the Netherlands and in Israel. And in India. Sure, love up your background, that's okay. But what do you do with the African community who is aligned and who has an affinity with Africa? What do you do? Is it that there isn't anything that you can learn from Africa? No, I need to know. Because the fact is, she says she wants to partner with Israel for agricultural technology and so on. Poor lady. Again, the intellectual laziness of Kamala Persad-Bissessar and her team. Isha, Morocco gained hundreds of millions of dollars from Israel for agricultural produce, technology, and advancement. Listen, they traverse through the Mediterranean and up to this canal, I forget the name of the canal, into Israel. While Israel created this illusion of self-sufficiency. But the laziness, the lack of research, because they see something on TV, you know, if you don't know anything, ask Google kind of thing. So they researched Google and concluded based on no facts at all. So you ignore the continent. You are partnering with a country, she says. I don't know who she knows in Israel, if Benjamin Netanyahu is a boy. I don't know, right? And to add insult to injury, you're creating 50,000 jobs. So you say, from where? Which border opening up? How are we going to begin to do this thing? Who do you trust, Trinidad and Tobago, to lead you through this pandemic and through this difficult period? Make no mistake, Barbados opened up. They had no choice, Aisha. Trinidad and Tobago, we were able to ride through this storm. We're still in it, but we're riding. Folks are relatively stable. No jobs lost. Country was shut down a couple months ago. Shut down, grind to a screeching halt. Everyone paid. How come? Was this country built on Kamala Persad-Bissessar? Was this country built on the UNC? Do some type of comparative analysis between how Dr. Rowley managed the affairs of this country. And thievery aside, look at the way this lady managed her affairs. And so I am troubled, as I was the last time, that there is this underlying deceptive and deceitfulness designed to lure and to pull people who really are muddling along in mediocrity, Aisha, who are unaware, who are not as alert, who is simply sympathetic to a soft voice. I'm concerned because the fact is that Kamala has absolutely no plan to treat with COVID-19 and the reopening of Trinidad and Tobago. And it concerns me that a lady would put pen to parchment, pen to paper, Aisha, draft a contract between the people of Trinidad and Tobago and her goodly self, talk all kind of stupidness, and not cite a global event that is taking place that only has death attached to it. And I don't want, and this is not no preaching of doom and gloom, you know. This is facts. You speak to those in medicine. They are saying that the sting is in the tail. Hold on until summer blows over. And you present to me a manifesto without consideration to our predicament. How do we go forward?
Yeah, you look like you're asking me that.
Yeah, I'm asking you because we have we have two opposing views. One person say, open the border. Open it up. The hell was with the consequences. Now, I am frightened and fearful for Mia Motley and the Barbadians. I saw her washing down plane. I saw she's using social distancing purely as one of the protocols, right? This thing is beyond that because of my association with a team of intense doctors. Fantastic bunch of people, brilliant brothers. And I see issues emerging there. Turks and Caicos, issues already. Issues already. The Caribbean can't wait. We have no money. You know what I mean? We're depending on this kind of dollar. But how can you? Because I've heard of all the diversification conversations. Ralph liked to do it. I've heard it. They've diversified the economy. Tourism. Can you imagine if Patrick Manning had failed to implement this Heritage and Stabilization Fund?
I thought about that when, it could have been 2 years ago or so, when we first went to it, when things were bad. And I'm saying, if we didn't have that, where we would have been. I thought about it. I did.
Serious trouble. Make no mistake, Isha Wells. All the bad talk. I'm hearing the bad talking, Dr. Rowley. I hate it, because I know where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of wickedness and not from facts. It's a wicked, cruel bunch of people. Because this PNM institution is no joke, you see? And this PNM leader is no joke either. How do we navigate this type of water? As Dr. Rowley and folks approach the polls, my question is, who do you want to lead you?
We can definitely ask the callers that. We're going to go to the phone lines in a short while. I know they've been dying to talk to you, Dean.
Yes.
We're going to let them speak with you in a short while. Again, you're asking the question, who do you trust to lead you?
Do you trust, Aisha? That's a big question. Leadership. Trust. Who holds your confidence? You see? Where is Suruj in all of this? I heard they bad talking the boat yesterday. 3 ministers of Works and Transport underneath Kamla Prasad Bisesa allowed the boats to degenerate and then come back and bad talk this party. They had reserved one minister of Works and of Transport alone. That was Devant, biggest troublemaker. He had transport alone to deal with. Never maintained a boat. Never did it. And now coming to lick up Dr. Rowley because the boat's disintegrated. No maintenance schedule in place. That's all Devant had to do. But they want to lick up this brother from Tobago. Not under my watch. Now I can go down some difficult roads, Aisha. But I found that the new voter is an intelligent person. And it would be disadvantageous to not talk to him from a point of intelligence and facts. We can rah-rah all we want. We can make noise as much as we want. There was an issue with Darrell Smith. Dr. Rowley dealt with it. So if you have an issue, you can't come before the screening committee. He said that too. There was a man with an issue with Kamla Prasad Bisesa. There are men with issues with Kamla Prasad Bisesa, and they had to walk away. She made them senators. And these guys have the nerve and the verb to compare or to give Kamla Prasad Bisesa an advantage over Dr. Rowley. They're crazy. well nigh impossible. Our concern is about leadership. Remember when there was a terrorism issue and Kamala Persad-Bissessar had to address it at the United Nations? Kamala said, we're going to co-sponsor this initiative. When you're talking about terrorists and terrorism, we's the boss. We're dealing with that. In Trinidad, we're dealing with that. You know what the other CARICOM leaders said when they went to the UN? They said, listen, man, you see that issue? United States, we normally depend on y'all to handle that, deal with that for us. Because they know that they cannot handle a real serious bunch of terrorists. So they protect their citizens from threats. Kamala Persad-Bissessar has decided to open us up and expose and I'm fearful. But at the same time, I'm also confident that the people would see Dr. Rowley and this government for what it is. Yeah. This is the contract, Isha. The lady gave a contract with the people. Sat for a couple months, sit down and wrote. Now, I'll tell you something. When you're extemporing, Isha, is one thing, right? Right? Gypsy's the extempore king of the world. When you're extemporing, you speak off the cuff. But you see, when you're writing, when you sit down and write, it means that you are actually transposing your thoughts and what is existing around you on paper. And if you can look over the biggest issue in the world as a political party, you can't be serious. You just cannot be serious. Whatever economic position that this country is going to take must be considered in the context of COVID-19. Must. I say must, girl. We can depend on carnival dollars on that kind of forum. We might have a carnival inside, just me, you, Iwer. Mr. Killer can't come.
I understand. I'm with you.
Yeah, so when I hear the kind of scholastic bunkum and rubbish, it frustrates me. It frustrates me, Isha.
I'm going to open up the lines. Feel free Isha. To call us 342-0081 771-1790 14665-391. Don't forget to like the video, share the live. Dane Francois is on the inside with us, and he's here to debunk the lies. Talk the truth.
Oh yes.
Let's see who's there. Caller, you live?
Yes, good afternoon, Isha, and to your co-host inside there, good afternoon.
Hi, good
afternoon. I want to say something. First thing, I'm going to vote for the PNM because it's an African party, and the second thing is for good leadership in this country. And I want you to understand how they can learn today that the UNC was giving out $500 to people to vote for them. We must remember it's $500 million that hasn't gone in to the central bank. And this is money that they have outside there, and they want to wash it by getting into the government. So I want you to understand what is taking place in this country here. It's a serious, this country was able to control the dangerous pandemic, you understand? The corona pandemic we have outside out there. We rated number 2 after Vietnam. And people are talking about opening up border. They got to be crazy. They don't watch Al Jazeera News. They don't watch India. 26,000 people in 5 hours. They're not watching Ecuador. They're not watching Panama. Watch it, Brazil. Watch and see what it's going. This government has done a very good job as far as controlling and securing our health in this country. And I'm telling them again, 1, he's an African man, and 2, is because I'm going to vote for him because of good governance. The Indian vote because of their race. You see what happened? Pandey and they tell themselves they ain't going to mash up. You understand the UNC, so they pull out. That's what happening. They pull out because of that. You understand? So we have to understand what is taking place. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much, International Line. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Yes, Isha was. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to this Francois.
Hi, good afternoon, Brooklyn.
Isha, I listened to an interview with Fitzgerald Hines and Kim Cole. And Kim Cole asked Fitzgerald Hines if the PNM is an African party. And he make it clear on that interview that the PNM is not an African party, but is a party for Trinidad and Tobago. So when these callers call in and say the PNM is an African party, I want Jane Francois, if he's telling the truth, to tell Trinidad and Tobago, just as Fitzgerald Hines tell Trinidad and Tobago, that PNM is not an African party, but is a party of Trinidad and Tobago. Isn't that right or wrong? The next thing, people have been coming into Trinidad and Tobago since before Carnival, right? And Corona have been out here since before Carnival. The PNM is coming to campaign on a Corona campaign that they did so good. And if the PNM is such an African party, why all the African communities under the PNM is suffering after 5 years? Why all the youth in these communities is crying out that we can see today that the youth are all in yellow jersey with the UNC because there was nothing for them in the last 5 years. So when we try to come and cast Africa and say that this is Africa, try to use Africa as an advantage, we don't want to hear that. We want the truth. You understand? Because I hear it. And when Kim Cole asked that, he tried to make she look stupid in the interview, to try to make she look like him. You know, she don't know what she's saying when she was questioning him, but now she's part of the PNM too. So, you know, she probably might have erased that video and whatever the case. But the point is, if Fitzgerald could come, and that wasn't this year. That wasn't this year. Fitzgerald could have said that the PNM is not an African party. I want people to listen and understand clearly. The only African party it has in Trinidad or had in Trinidad and Tobago was the NSHA party.
We had 30 seconds before the break, Brooklyn. Listen off here. We had 30 seconds before the break, Brooklyn. 30 seconds before the break, so listen off here. When we come back, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, because to me, it's not making any sense, but if you want me to address it, I'll
You don't
address
have
it.
to if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'll bruise it because I have a bigger agenda.
Excellent.
That kind of look.
All right, so we're going to go for that break and we'll be right back.
Let's talk on the streets.
The official station that defends the nation.
This is the voice of the PNM. July 15th and July 16th. Tune in to all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for our campaign broadcast from 8 p.m.
PNM is the choice.
Feature address by Dr. Keith Rowley as he sets out the national plan for recovery, stability, and opportunity, and a powerful lineup of speakers.
It's the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police. Hey.
On July 15th and July 16th, tune in, click, like, share, and on Friday, July 17th, tune in for our campaign launch, the PNM's big national rally at home, and on August 10th, vote PNM.
Before 10 p.m.
Great is the PNM.
The Trinidad and Tobago General Elections 2020 is here on the street, 919 FM.
I have advised Her Excellency the President to dissolve this Parliament at midnight tonight. Nomination day, Madam Speaker, would be Friday, 17th of July, and polling day would be August 10th, 2020.
And the Street 919 FM is proud to defend the nation yet again for another general election.
Tune in daily to hear your candidates and supporters live on the only station that gives you a platform for expression.
This is the General Elections 2020 on the Street 919 FM.
Real talk from real people
on real issues that affect you.
No one talks politics like us. From the Parliament to the Promenade, this is the 2020 General Election in Trinidad and Tobago. Right here on Street 919 FM, the home of the 2020 General Election.
I wish all my colleagues in this house a safe, happy, enjoyable, productive campaign.
It's so long we're home. I have run out of clothes. I'm waiting for the Fab and J Expo to open.
Well, they're actually open already.
Finally! I was waiting for them since March.
And yes, I agree. I've been craving for the Indian food from Tandoori King.
I'll have dinner at Dosa's Diner, and I'll have dessert at Nanu's Kulfi.
Listen, we could now dine in their food court area.
All you think about is food, huh? But I can shop there. I have to buy some shalwar and matching jewelry and shoes. You know.
They also just added 5 more vendors with all new goods.
When are they starting?
What?
Fab India Expo, of course.
The Fab India Expo is open opposite the Medford gas station in Shogunas. Check us out today.
When the stakes are this high, you need a team that's this good.
I've asked Team UNC to ensure that they listen to the people and do everything they can to help and improve their lives.
The United National Congress will deliver the best master plan and a progressive agenda to get TNT working again.
We will encourage strategic investments in niche non-energy sectors where we have strong competitive advantages.
Join the one and only UNC virtual platform Thursday on this station and live on all social media. The United National Congress. Why wait? Now is the time.
You have been so good these past couple months, you deserve a little reward. Join Value Optical and Trin Optics as we celebrate Christmas in July. Enjoy our gift to you of 50% off your second pair of spectacles. With Apex digital lenses, Supernova anti-reflective coating, and Transitions lenses to choose from, you have got the best in lens technology. Some conditions apply. See online for more details. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
This is Reverend Dr. Glenroy Frank inviting you to tune in every Monday evening at 6:15 for the Light and Life Outreach Program. This program is sponsored by the People's Pentecostal Church, so come join us live and hear this word of God that is able to build and to strengthen your life. The Light and Life Outreach Program every Monday, 6:15. God bless you.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Happy Hour is back at Jenny's on the Boulevard. This time, we're not offering 10%, but 30% off drinks. Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Get 30% off beers, Carib, Stag, Caribbean, Guinness, and Heineken. 30% off rum, White Oak, Black Label, Absolute Vodka, and Blue Vodka. 30% off cocktails, margaritas, mojitos, Jenny's Long Island Iced Tea, and daiquiris. Also enjoy 10% discount every Friday and Saturday on sushi. And guess what? Our COVID specials remain. Ask for specials on takeout. Specials include 12% off all government ministry orders, 20% off desserts. Choose from our famous Chinese-style express buffet, the American menu, burgers, ribs, and more. Italian menu, pasta, and more. Feel like dining? Our in-house dining is back. Visit Jenny's on the Boulevard today. And do not forget to ask for specials. Opening daily between the hours of 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call us today at 625-1807, 395-3757, or 488-8800. Jenny's on the Boulevard for all your Chinese, American, and Italian needs.
But wait, who's sending me this text? Hurricane warning, be prepared? Denzel, stop washing the car! A hurricane coming!
Mona, calm down. We just need to prepare. We must stock batteries and candles and charge our emergency lights in case we lose power.
That means we have to arrange a backup supply for Daddy respirator.
Yes, and before the storm hits, we must unplug all our electrical equipment. If we need to evacuate, remember to shut off the electricity at the main panel.
Yes, because you know here does flood. Come. Let us move the appliances upstairs. Come.
Us, okay.
Wait! Denzel, unplug them thing with your wet hand? Yourself.
Yes, Mona.
This hurricane season, when preparing for an emergency, don't forget your electricity. Geotech, the power to make it work.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won. And we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won. And we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote. It's only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TNT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police. Hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement. Come talk with us.
Realest news, hard talk.
Real talk on the street, 919 FM.
All right, godly people, we are back. Just a few minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Dean Francois is in with us. You had some things you wanted to touch on.
Yes, I just wanted to bruise the questions by the last caller who talked about who said that PNM, according to Fitzgerald Hines, that it's not an African party. I don't know what to say. you know, how do you address that? If Kim Cole asks Fitzgerald Hines about whether or not the party is an African party, and he says it's not an African party, he's a DPL, and that's what he said. What I have to do with Dean Francois? But what I would say is that you would be embryotic to have a political party that is only reserved for one ethnicity. I think that is crazy. You know, and with regards to some of the communities that are not doing as well, I want to add, caller, that yes, some of the communities are not doing as well. We know that. That's a fact. And there's a kind of responsibility, there's a serious responsibility that the government and Dr. Rowley has in order to bring those communities up to standard. How do you do that? How? The question further, Aisha, is this. There's a huge development plan for East Port of Spain that I've seen. I've seen a large amount of money has been reserved for Nelson Street and for the plaza that I'm a part of. And it's going to be gentrified, renovated, jobs are going to be created for members in that specific geography. A committee has been set up to address the needs of that committee, and Dr. Rowley said he's going to treat with it without apology and without fear of what others may say, because issues in the past had caused him to be reserved when he was called racist because he stood up for his people. Wade Mark wailing to him, calling him a racist and so on. There was a huge plan. Look, these people not easy. And I want to say to you, caller, Kamala didn't do anything. As a matter of fact, she arrested all. That's what she did.
You say all. Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Mm-hmm. Good afternoon to you again, Isha Wells.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, Mr. Dean Francois. Okay, Isha Wells, I have two quick issues I want to address. I don't want to take too long on your program. Now, Kamala Persad-Bissessar is not calling for Trinidad and Tobago borders to be open randomly. I want to make sure and get that part clear, because there are some people calling this station and misleading the nation with that information is concerned. Okay, she calling for the people out there who want to come in and vote. Huh?
He wants to respond to you, caller. He wants to respond.
Listen, man. Let us be honest. Have you seen the manifesto of Kamala Persad-Bissessar?
You're asking my question if I've seen
If you've seen it, yes. Have you seen it?
I'll be honest with you, I see part of it. I didn't see all, but I see part of it.
But let me be honest. But let me be honest with you.
Yeah, no problem.
My friend, this coronavirus ain't had no timetable. They are saying to me that August, September, October, and November is going to be critical. They're saying to me it is no. They are saying to me that that period of time is going to be the time of reckoning. And my brother, this lady has said nothing in a manifesto regarding COVID-19. What more evidence do you want to suggest that this lady has omitted a very serious global problem?
I'm just saying, Dane Franca, in terms of the information, I wouldn't say that Ms. Bissassa would not have planned to deal with the COVID-19 because she played a big role in terms of giving government information how to treat the COVID-19 in the first place. But what I'm mainly have a serious thing with here is that people saying, calling the station and saying that Ms. Bissassa want the borders randomly open. You know what that means? I mean, anybody could come and go. That is not what the woman is saying. That's my only.
Why did she not tell me in her manifesto what her thoughts were? And how she because that would have given me an opportunity to critique her position and Dr. Rowley's position. My friend,
I don't want to argue with that concern, but she's not risking the country by asking for the borders to be randomly open. That is what I wanted to understand. But then, let me move on to the next issue. You can wait about that callers want to come. Now, I heard when you were
Kamla to call Isha Wells' program and say to me now what her position is. Failure to do that, is going to give us some time to respond to me now. Now that I've made the issues plain and bold for Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the world to digest. This lady isn't serious, caller. She isn't serious because you can't say what she's saying. She has to say and she has said what her intentions are to deal with COVID-19, which is nothing.
Francois, I heard you, but now I wanted to just Anna Roberts something that he said. I heard what you said and everything. I don't accept what you say, but I hear what you say. But dealing with Anna Roberts here right now. Now, I heard now, in relation to this whole Darrell Smith issue, right? Now, since the Prime Minister come and say he was for firing Darrell Smith, it goes to show that he didn't take no action against Darrell Smith for the allegation that was made against him. That was one. Secondly, I heard Anna Roberts turn and say that when did the lady get fired and she take the matter to the industrial court and there are some people who decided they was not going to sign off no taxpayers' money to cover Darrell Smith. And then the Prime Minister fired the person who decided not to do that and bring in somebody else to sign off taxpayers' money to cover Darrell Smith checks. Listen to what I said. This involved the Prime Minister here. I am waiting between now and 7 o'clock tonight and 7 o'clock in the morning to hear the Prime Minister come and dismiss that. And if the Prime Minister confirms that in silence, then I'm going to accept what Anna Roberts just said. It has substance in it, but I'm not going to accept that because Anna Roberts said.
All right, caller.
Prime Minister, this is a serious thing.
Thank you. Yeah, right.
Look, I on 2 blood pressure medication, yes? I am on an April and nifedipine. No, this guy is trying to give me a stroke. You can't talk for Kamla. Kamla spoke to the public in her manifesto. The lady looked over this entire thing. These artificial deadlines that are being set up, Isha, about when it go end and when this go happen and when that will happen. Open the bar, open the border, and all kind of foolishness. This lady is too flippant and too casual. Isha, she presented a document for critique, and this man telling me that's not what Kamla mean. But what kind of thing is that? If it quack like a duck and walk like a duck is a dog, I do understand that, Isha. Leadership. Who's going to lead us out of this thing? Who is going to make the best decisions or decision as it relates to the economy and COVID-19? When do we open our borders? How do we open our borders? What are some of the mitigating factors and infrastructure that has to be put in place? I dare say that there are a bunch of people who are doing a number of good things in that regard. Trust. Who do you trust?
Dane Francois. the fans on the live is asking for you to have a 2 hours, just like the program before. They say, I cannot call the show balance until there is a balance. Dane Francois need to be on air until 8. Can you speak to that?
But Isha Gill, let me tell you, I do this because I think I have something to offer, just like you. And I'm passionate about what I do because it's because if I'm convinced, I'm passionate, yes. Right? And yes, I have the time. This is just 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm willing to burn 12 hours and right here. I sit down right here with you on Google. I sit down right here. Because the battle is for the mind. And I would hate for Trinidad and Tobago to make the wrong choice based on the lack of credible information.
So you're saying once the proposal is put forth to management, you're willing to come in for the extra hour and level it off?
Level it off, let it rip, man. An hour of hard talk and an hour of calls, because there's a lot that I want to say.
And it definitely can't be done in an hour. So it's something we're definitely going to be working on. People, hold on to your seats. We're working on it. Caller, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're live.
Good. I just be here. Yeah, Peter guy talk about the youths and the black youths. Now remember, there are the programs. CCC, Hype, the Must Program, MyLat, MyPart, YTEP, and many others. And those who saying that the PNM never do nothing for Laventil people, I could talk from on the Peter man go back, they are paying $100 in rent or $300 according to how they assess you, lights and no water rate. Most of the schools in Laventil, whether it's preschool to primary school to secondary school, it is so near the majority of the children travel and walk to school. The health centers, they walk to the health centers. So if you want to sit down on the road and sit studying and you're not getting nothing, how will you know? How will you get something? If you want to tote your gun, and when a contractor come in your community and you tell them, if you're not working, no work not running here, how you want work to come? All this thing, this Muslim thing where they say they join up, they are told people this East Corridor movement is the gang movement. And it is a plague. And it's a nasty road that she's going on because they have this Rasta and Muslim war. They don't even know what to say. And if you want to live, vote Dr. Rowley, because I don't understand. 1 minute she's saying this, 1 minute she's saying that. She is saying open the borders. How are you coming to clarify that? How are you coming to clarify that? How are you coming to butter up that? She called for sanctions when people started to say all kind of things. How are you coming to clarify that? But then, Francois, I just want to know what's going on in Grandy, because we don't want to lose Grandy. And also, another thing here, what I want you to do anytime you get a program, play Kamala Prasad-Bissassa clips. Let people remember who she is. She's not who they think she is. She's not saying anything clear. She's not speaking to the people. They're not in a comprehensive plan. She's just saying things. When Dr. Rowley speaks, he comes with a comprehensive plan. He outlines what he is doing. Look at what's going on in Maruga. Agro-processing plant where a lot of people will be planted and things will be happening. Well, they want to get a temporary job. They're not calling Dr. Rowley by his name. They're saying Rowley because they think you black and they think you is nothing. They see you as nothing. They say the majority of schools on the East-West corridor are underperforming. How come all the colleges are on the East-West corridor? All kind of negative thing about black people and we buying into it. We rather they give you guns and drugs and all kind of nastiness on the corridor and all kind of underhanded business and all they want to buy into that. Stop buying into that. People in Laventil get gifts around the tank and over 20,000 people dead. We ain't telling the story. Or they still want them things. People coming in the community and getting gifts and they're killing on one another. Forget them gifts or they move on. We could do better than that. There's plenty business on the beatum. It's our 2 groceries in Parsley Street. Why you always talking negative about Laventil, your own people calling to tell them rubbish. On the beatum, people running babysitting place, who doing the hairdressing, who running their own clothes store, people doing things. One bunch of people only up and down the place with the negative talking about people and making people look bad. And plenty of the children, I could pinpoint about 4 doctors, someone in Bitam. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this to our people? And when they say Rowley, you come and correct, you come and repeat what people say. Call the man by his title, the man have a strong background. He grew up poor and suffering like any one of us. He used to drink water. from the river. The man was a struggle like that. Any one of us, why we can't do the same like Dr. Rawi? Why? Why you was talking negative about ourselves? And then them come and pay to do this and pay to do that. They're not on you. They said negative things. Turn on 90.5 and hear how they feel about you and tell me if you're going to be a UNC. Come now, man. Or they get all the act together. We could not be UNC. They close down the youth camps. They are the ones who have you here. They even close down CCC before PNM and come and open it back. They have you on the road. Come back in the program. Educate yourself in your trade. With the shopper talk. Why you coming and want to form gang for you? Come out of them things. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, my caller. The countdown is on us. Oh my God, 2 minutes to go, Dane. The next time you come here, better be for 2 hours, eh?
I hope so. Let's see.
All right, I'm going to allow you to close.
Yeah, Isha girl. Trying to beg, I'll tell you something. This issue is about leadership. Who do you want to lead you? The issue is also about trust. Who do you trust to lead you? And then the issue is also about credibility. Who's credible? Who's credible? Who says yes and means yes? Who is soft enough to loosen up and who is firm enough to firm up when and where necessary? Leadership is on trial. And I want to remind Trinidad and Tobago and the young people, particularly, there are those who have said to me, Dane, Dr. Raleigh when already, the way the man handled this COVID-19 scenario, in opposed to the way this lady invited a number of citizens to the cemetery. He win already. So forget it, you know. It's not important. He win. I want to remind Trinbagonians that the person who occupying the White House now, there are a number of persons who said exactly what you're saying. And look at the occupant of the White House. This thing is done by voting, by scrutinizing the facts and the leadership. Pay attention, young people. Corridor is where I come to talk to, you know. I'm talking to the corridor exclusively. They giving your fridge, they giving your stove. I see a man with a Luciat in Tobago digging drain and digging hole.
18 seconds.
Pay attention, Trinidad and Tobago. Let's get this thing right. Dr. is the only choice. I say it without apology, and I don't care, because he is.
They talk.
You talk. Come talk with us. On the street.
919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the street. 919 FM.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission is currently processing applications from persons eligible to be treated as special electors for the 2020 parliamentary elections. This category of persons include members of the police and prison service, offshore workers, and flight crew. For the full listing of the categories of persons who qualify to be treated as special electors, the locations of our offices, and special voter application forms,